Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Holy Land Tours. Today is Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, Anno Domini, and we want to invite you to explore the original Holy Land, folks. The original Holy Land. You might be asking, where is that at? Well, it's very simple. Think of Noah's Ark, think of Mount Ararat, think of the original settlement where Noah pitched his tent descending Mount Ararat. Where was it, do you think? Remember, this is a dialogue, right? Even though it's a live stream, we're just discussing, we're talking, folks. Noah descended Mount Ararat, just like the Bible says, and he pitched his tent in the fertile Ararat Valley, of course, near the river Arax, or, in Babylonian and Akkadian texts, the rivers describe the Araxes River, but it's the same thing. Today, it's called the Arax River by the village of Arax. So, where is it, folks? Which country is it at? Well, the logic tells us it's in the legendary country of Armenia. That's right. The original Holy Land is Armenia. It used to have a much, much bigger territory, but today it's quite a bit smaller. It's called the Republic of Armenia. So we're going to take you on all of the ancient Christian sites. You're going to see the first church where I was baptized as a child. It is 1,700 years old. It's called Echmiadzin. The cathedral or the church is called Echmiadzin in Armenian, which means the descent of the only begotten Son of God, or the only begotten, monogenes in Greek. So we're going to take you there. We're going to take you to Lake Sevan. We're going to take you across all the most ancient churches that are 1,600, 1,700 years old. And Mount Ararat, if your health permits it, Mount Ararat is 5,100, 37 meters tall. So it's basically, it could be sub-zero temperatures, but if you're up for that, you're welcome to join us. Now, how much does it cost, folks, to join us on a Holy Land tour such as this? Well, the price range is quite flexible. If you're on a budget, you'll pay a few thousand for a week, a few $1,000s, that is. If you would like to splurge, we'll put you up in a villa. That's right. For an entire week, you're going to have your own butler or a servant for $20,000, whatever your budget allows. 20 grand. If you want to spend 100 grand, we'll put you up in the appropriate accommodations. So whatever your budget allows. Now, what else we're going to surprise you with? We're going to surprise you with an amazing, astounding discovery that was recently made by Dr. Hakob Simonyan. He is a chief archaeologist at the Yerevan Institute of Archaeology. His credentials are quite long. He's just the chief archaeologist of Armenia. So he discovered by accident, purely by accident. He can't say he really was digging for it. And this is kind of could be a little bit traumatic for many archaeologists because they kind of envision themselves finding these rare archaeological sites while working hard at it. But he got a call from a construction company who was erecting a science hall or a science center outside of Yerevan. They called him up, the chief architect, her name is Tatev Ayrapetan. She called him up and says, Dr. Simonyan, you better come down here. I think we got something for you. We don't want to bulldoze it. We don't want to level it before you say so that it's okay to level it. They were preparing grounds for this science center. So anyway, he came down and he remained speechless. Basically, folks, this is a 12,000-year-old discovery outside of Yerevan, a settlement, pre-pottery settlement that is going to be carbon dated to 12,000 years old. So they have skin scrapers, they have spear tips, they have, I guess, knives made out of obsidian stone. Obsidian is the lava material that Armenia is very famous for. It's very sharp. It's razor sharp, in fact. But anyway, and the fortress up above the settlement was made out of very heavy uh, stone or rocks in a geometric shape. It looked like the one of those medieval towers for defense, castles, but the surviving part on top was erected over 12,000 years ago. So it's a settlement with chairs and altars and all kinds of other very rare artifacts inside the settlement. So it was just recently discovered. Dr. Hakob Simonyan is the name behind this basically archaeological site. So they've halted the construction of that center. They're probably going to move it to a different location. So obviously the company is unhappy, but it is what it is. So the we're going to take you to the site. You're going to enjoy it. We're also building, folks, another kind of a surprising piece of news from Armenia, from the original Holy Land. We're building a Findhorn style eco village in Armenia. It's going to be faith based. We're going to invite all of the Christians. So I'm addressing 2.6 billion Christians around the world, folks. If you'd like to, basically take your faith to the next level, you come to Armenia, to the original Holy Land. Just one look at Mount Ararat, just one look at St. Longinus' Spear of Destiny that is actually stored at the cathedral where we're going to take you to, where I was baptized, Echmiadzin Cathedral. It actually holds St. Longinus' Spear of Destiny. St. Longinus was the name of the centurion who pierced the side of Jesus the Christ. And when he saw that water and blood was coming, he realized that he was still alive. You see, what they did is that the reason why they would pierce somebody's side is to make sure he was dead. And that's how they tested the corpse. But if the person was not dead, they were not supposed to remove him. He was supposed to continue hanging. So when you pierce the side of a person hanging on a cross, if he's still alive, some liquid would come out. If he's not alive, nothing would come out. And of course, Saint Longinus, as tradition has it, he was blind on one eye. He could not see at all. And he began to see when blood of Jesus washed his sins. And he said, it's recorded in the Bible, St. Longinus said, "Indeed, truly, this man was the Son of God." Remember, Romans believed in multiple gods. And in his definition, he used it from his perspective, from the perspective of a pagan, but he truly believed in Jesus because there was enormous earthquake that happened and the day turned to night, and that's what you'll witness in the original Holy Land of Armenia, folks. People are transported, teleported into other dimensions in Armenia. I was personally teleported many times. We'll show you the sites where it happens. We'll show you where the UFOs are most seen by the the town of Dilijan, and certain serpentine roads and certain passes, mountain passes. We're going to take you there. So if you're into UFOs, you'll see that. If you're into teleportation, you'll witness it. Perhaps with your own eyes, you'll be able to see that. It happened to me again several times. A friend of mine, it happened to him as well. It's a common thing, the ladders, Jacob's ladder. It's those teleportation sites that are essentially connecting our realm with the realm of the invisible spiritual beings that live on the other side. So anyway, come to Armenia. So how do you contact us? If you'd like to send us a message on our website, go to www.holybible.tours. It's plural, folks, with an S at the end, holybible.tours. If you'd like to text us or call us, if you're old-fashioned, would be happy to hear from you. Call 1-646-504-9324. Again, a telephone number where you could call us or you could text us, whatever you prefer. 1-646-504-9323, folks. I just made a mistake. Yes, it's actually 9323, folks. It's somebody wrote it down here for me to read this stuff incorrectly. That's unbelievable. I had to catch myself. Folks, it's 1-646-504-9323. So call us, text us, or go to our website, holybible.tours. You could send us a message there, and we'll take you on the just absolutely mind-boggling tour of the original Holy Land, folks. You see, long before Israel was Israel, thousands of years, Armenia already had its own writing system. the Akkadian and the Sumerian languages, folks, these are the languages that directly correspond to the modern Armenian. um, Approximately, we've with several linguists, we were able to tie it to 600 Armenian words. And so the idiomatic expressions and the translations, many translations from the Sumerian language, are done by Armenian linguists because they're able to better understand the idiomatic structure of the sentences because the languages are directly related, folks. So the modern Armenian alphabet was introduced by the famous Armenian linguist Mesrop Mashtots in 405 Anno Domini. However, thousands of years before Mesrop Mashtots introduced the modern Armenian alphabet, Armenians used ancient writing system, such as you'll see at the Erebuni fortress in Yerevan that dates back 3,000 years. It's a cuneiform system that resembles the Akkadian or the Sumerian system, but it's slightly, there is a slight variation. You won't be able to tell the difference unless you're a linguist who spent all of your life studying it, but it it looks the same. But basically, the Armenian cuneiform looks just like the Akkadian or the um, Sumerian writing system. But there is a slight variation, slight difference. So anyway, it goes back to over 7,000 years ago, folks. We're going to take you to Karahunj, which is the most ancient observatory on the face of the earth. So officially, it's been carbon dated to 7,500 years of age, which makes it over 3,000 years older than the Stonehenge in England. However, some scientists state that supposedly it's been there for over 40,000 years. Some kind of much, much more ancient civilization was using that Karahunj observatory, which, by the way, they had the writing system of their own, which predates the Armenian cuneiform writing system by over 10,000 years. So we're talking about complete, just insane antiquity, folks. Insane antiquity. So anyway, write to us. Go to our website, holybible.tours, or you can call us or text us at 1-646-504-9323. My name's Sam. Reach out to us. We'll take you on an unforgettable tour of the original Holy Land. Take care. God bless you. We hope to see you in Armenia. Oh, by the way, we're going to teach you a couple of Armenian, Latin, Greek, Akkadian, Sumerian words. So you'll be not fluent, but you'll know a few words. You'll be able to greet people in all those ancient languages. So, Shnorakalutsun will be thank you, merci beaucoup, sheshe, as they say in China. And we will basically teach you all the sort of key greetings and simple expressions in all these key languages. So by being in Armenia, you'll learn other ancient languages. So, on this note, I want to wish you all the best. I want to see you in Armenia, in our unforgettable, lovely, beautiful Holy Land. And look up the Finhorn Eco Village. Finhorn is a famous eco village in the north of Scotland that was built by a wonderful couple, Peter and Eileen. They was driving around in their camper that they call caravan in England, and they drove as far as they could into Finhorn Bay. You couldn't drive any further in 1962 Anno Domini, and then they decided to create this settlement, and they called it Finhorn Eco Village, and then Finhorn Foundation is a family organization of that. So, what is Finhorn Eco Village, folks? As I mentioned, it's extreme north. Nothing grows there, but because of prayer and just resolve, faith and resolve, they have the most incredibly fertile land by simply using their approach. Very green, very beautiful. They have biggest zucchinis, cucumbers, tomatoes, other fruits and vegetables that they grow in their greenhouses. How? With a lot of hard work, faith, and prayer. Yes, they pray over their vegetables, and they grow 3 times the normal size. You've heard me right, folks. They pray, they talk to their vegetables, and they grow 3 times their size. This is a documented fact. This is not some sort of a fantastical sci-fi type of information. This is reality. Look it up. Finhorn Eco Village. We're going to have the same in Armenia. We're building, uh, modern houses with solar panels on the outside. We'll have wind turbines, so we'll be off the grid, just like Finhorn Eco Village, and everything will be kind of aligning in the. We'll go in the footsteps of Finhorn and create our own eco village called Noah's Ark. Of course, it's going to be called Noah's Ark Eco Village. Why? Because we're located at the foot of Mount Ararat, which will be visible 24/7 anytime. And we're going to take you there anytime the weather's nice. So, anyway, folks, on this note, once again, I want to wish you all the best. Call us at 1-646-504-9323 or write to us at holybible.tours, and we'll be happy to take you around and show you the most ancient sites in the world, such as this 12,000-year-old settlement outside of Yerevan, the first Christian cathedral and church where I was baptized as a child. It's called Echmiadzin, which is translated into English as the descent of the only begotten. In Greek, it would be monogenes, and much, much more. So take care. God bless you, and we'll see you in Armenia. Good luck to you. Hajr